we're now about a week into the election campaign, and I remember when it first started, I was telling my team that I don't want to put up a lot of signs at first. A lot of people were not sure why we were having this election. I felt it wasn't good to put it in their face. So we've slowly been putting signs out there as people become more accustomed to the fact that there's an election coming. But there is kind of a science that goes along with putting on the signs. Now, I've got Paul here who's going to help me, but usually people, once it gets going, will write in with requests or something for a sign. But where does it go from there, Paul? What do you do from that point?
Well, we go out and we have a list of people who have asked for them, small and large, and we try to get them out in a timely manner. And we put a thank you note in people's mailboxes in appreciation for them allowing us to put a sign on their property.
Right. And when people take a sign, I realize they're trying to show support for the particular candidate, but is there another reason? Does it give them other kind of feelings around a campaign? Do you know?
Well, I think a lot of people don't necessarily wave the flag, and this is a way for them to get involved and participate in the election, and they're not necessarily public speakers or whatever, but this is their chance to be involved.
Right. And do you do it in an order of priority, like when a campaign, I think this is right, but when a campaign first starts, you tend to put the signs on a main arterial route where people are driving, and then the home signs build up over time. Is that correct?
Yeah, people can register over the internet to get a sign, and as they come in, we do them each day, and as they build up, and like you say, originally they went out to the main intersections, but now we're trying to get into the neighborhoods and the suburbs, and it's nice when you turn a corner and you look down the street and see 3 or 4 signs that are all red, which is great.
It's interesting because I think some people are kind of confined by the signs. They're doing it to show that they support a candidate. But for many people, let's say, who want change, we were doing some canvassing this afternoon, and somebody said, "I want a sign because I want change." But the sign doesn't say that. The sign says, support Glen Pearson or whatever it is. But people are really looking for a different kind of candidate. This is kind of the options available for them to put them on the lawn. So there's that, or their vote. But I find it interesting that people are trying to send even a subliminal message by taking a sign. Right?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a straw poll, and as the
right.
signs go up, they get an idea that my neighborhood's supporting this candidate.
Yeah.
And
one of the big things I always say about my signs is I don't want my picture on them, right? Because we want people to vote for me, for one thing. But all it basically says is just what we have behind us. These are signs, right, that we put up on the wall, and people put them up on their lawns. And then after it's all over, and election ends on May 2nd, what do you do then?
Well, the next day we're out pulling them all down, bringing them in, and we don't want them to go in the garbage, and we don't want them out there in the community after the election's over.
So you have a book, obviously, with all the addresses of what you did. So you pick them all.
Yeah. That's we keep track of who has taken a sign, so that we can go back to that address and that neighborhood and make sure we've gotten them all.
That's good. Now, this is my 4th election in 5 years, so I've had some signs for a while. So the old ones that aren't so good because they've been pretty beaten up, we collect them all and we send them out to be recycled. But anyway, I really appreciate all the help that you've given. While we go canvassing, you're going to all these targeted areas to put up signs, but it's definitely the signs that people, to some degree, can see that it's becoming political season. So by us going slow and putting it out there, I think people are getting more inured to the fact that an election's coming up and they're going to have to get engaged in the last 2 weeks. I really appreciate you doing it.
No, my pleasure.
But it gives you an idea of a campaign inside mechanism as to how we do it and how we make it work.